6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister, strongly condemning the terrorist attacks on the Chinese consulate in Karachi, has said failed attack was clearly intended to scare the Chinese investors and undermine CPAC. The Chinese Foreign Minister has appreciated the timely action of the Pakistani law enforcing agencies to foil the terrorist attack on its consulate in Karachi. The Information Minister says no one can harm close strategic relations between Pakistan and China through conspiracies. 23 people were killed in a bomb blast in Kalaya Bazar of Aurangzeb district today. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government will make appointments on merit to improve governance and transparency. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 6 more Kashmiri youths in Islamabad Anantnag district today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has strongly condemned the terrorist attacks on Chinese consulate in Karachi and another in Aurangzeb agency, terming these as part of a conspiracy to create unrest in the country, and vowed to crush such elements. In a tweet today, he said there should be no doubt in anyone's mind that we are resolved to crush the terrorists at all costs. The Prime Minister said the attacks have been carried out by those who do not want Pakistan to prosper. The Prime Minister saluted the brave security and police personnel who sacrificed their lives and foiled the terrorist mission against Chinese consulate. Imran Khan said the failed attack against the Chinese consulate was clearly intended to scare the Chinese investors and undermine CPAC. These terrorists will not succeed. The Federal Cabinet, which met in Islamabad today with the Prime Minister Imran Khan in the chair, strongly condemned the terrorist attack on the Chinese consulate in Karachi and the attack in Aurangzeb agency. The Prime Minister, speaking on the occasion, said law enforcing agencies took timely action to neutralize the terrorists and foiled the attempt to create anarchy. He said, "We are determined to root out the menace of terrorism and elements who are making efforts to destabilize the country." The Prime Minister said no other country has given such sacrifices and successfully curtailed the scourge of terrorism. The Speaker National Assembly, Asad Kaisar, and the Deputy Speaker, Qasim Khan Suri, have condemned the terrorist attack at the Chinese consulate in Karachi. In the separate statements today, the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker termed the terrorist attack on Chinese consulate as a cowardly and shameful act of terrorism. The Defense Minister, Parvez Khattak, has also condemned the terrorist attack at the Chinese consulate in Karachi. In a statement, the Defense Minister said whole Pakistani nation stands by its law enforcing agencies to protect the country. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi called his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi and gave him details on the terrorist attack on Chinese consulate in Karachi. Shah Mahmood Qureshi informed him that Pakistani law enforcing agencies sacrificed down their lives in a timely action to neutralize all the terrorists. Wang Yi appreciated the timely action of Pakistani law enforcing agencies and thanked Shah Mahmood Qureshi for his cooperation. He also paid rich tributes to the police personnel killed in line of duty and expressed sympathies with the bereaved families. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said the security forces have foiled the terrorist attack on Chinese consulate in Karachi and the consulate stands cleared. Taking the National Assembly into confidence on the attack, Shah Mahmood Qureshi said all the 21 Chinese staff members are safe and have been shifted to a safer place. He said no Chinese official was killed or injured in the incident. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said Prime Minister Imran Khan will perform the groundbreaking of Kartarpura corridor on Wednesday. The Foreign Minister said this corridor will encourage the Sikh community to visit Pakistan in large numbers. The opposition leader Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif also condemned the terrorist attack on the Chinese consulate. He said China is the most time-tested friend of Pakistan, along with Turkey and Saudi Arabia. The Information Minister, Chaudhry Fawad Hussain, says terrorist attack on Chinese consulate in Karachi is part of a big conspiracy to sabotage Pakistan's friendly relations with China, but the enemies would not succeed in their nefarious designs. Talking to media outside the Parliament House today, the minister said no one can harm close strategic relations between Pakistan and China through such conspiracies. The Information Minister said it is not an isolated incident, but a part of a big conspiracy, as some countries are wary of close ties between Beijing and Islamabad. The security forces foiled a terrorist attack on Chinese consulate in Karachi this morning, killing 3 terrorists. According to ISPR, the terrorists tried to enter the consulate, but they were engaged by the security personnel on duty, killing 3 of them on the spot. 2 police personnel also embraced martyrdom in the encounter. All the Chinese staff at the consulate is safe. 23 people were killed while 25 others injured in a bomb blast in Kalaya Bazar of Orakzai district today. The injured were shifted to district headquarters hospital Kalaya. This is Radio Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government will make appointments on merit to improve governance and transparency. Addressing the launching ceremony of 4 trains in Islamabad this afternoon, the Prime Minister said public sector enterprises have become loss-making entities due to political interventions and appointments made on personal connections in the past. Imran Khan said commuting by train is the main mode of transportation for poorer and weaker segments of the society, and it will be improved. The Prime Minister said China is a role model for the third world countries by lifting 700 million people out of poverty and improving their living standards. The Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa says the Pakistan Army will support national focus on socio-economic development within the folds of National Action Plan to help the people reap the dividends of improved security. During an interaction with officers of Multan Garrison today, the Army Chief said the war against terrorism and militancy is not over yet, and we are now into the phase of stability after kinetic operations. General Qamar Javed Bajwa emphasized the importance of taking measures to address the root causes while staying cognizant of inimical forces and foreign hostile agendas. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 6 more Kashmiri youths in Islamabad Anantnag district today. According to Kashmir Media Service, the troops killed the youth during a cordon and search operation at Sekipura in Beach Behara area of the district. They also destroyed a residential house in the area. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of people participated in the funeral prayers of the martyred youth in the native areas. Multiple rounds of funeral prayers were held to accommodate the huge rush of people. On the other hand, the troops also launched cordon and search operations in Gaglaru, Benjura, and other areas of Shupania district, and at Wagad in Taral area of Pulwama district. Russia has criticized Washington's plans to quit arms control treaties with various world bodies. In an interview, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the American plans to withdraw from the existing arms control agreements, including Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, are short-sighted and dangerous. The United Nations Special Envoy Martin Griffiths has arrived in Yemen to pursue peace talks for resolving the Yemen conflict. According to the United Nations sources, his visit is aimed at portraying a message to the Houthi rebels and the government forces to halt fighting and start meaningful negotiations. A special summit of the 27 leaders of the European Union will be held in Brussels on Sunday. According to reports, the leaders will review draft Brexit deal that was struck between Britain and the European Union negotiators last week. And now news about sports. The second test match of the 3-match series between Pakistan and New Zealand will begin in Dubai from tomorrow. New Zealand lead the series 1-0. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, very cold weather is expected in northern areas of the country. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.